These are the players who appeared to be franchise-altering talents, but unfortunately became one-season wonders in the NBA. Devonte Graham, the high-scoring surprise. Devonte Graham had an illustrious college career at Kansas, where he was named Big 12 Player of the Year and a consensus first-team All-American in 2018. However, his NBA journey began with disappointment. Despite his stellar college stats, Graham fell to the 34th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, a harsh reality check for a player with such high expectations. During his rookie season with the Charlotte Hornets, Graham was relegated to third-string point guard duties, averaging only 14 minutes per game behind Kemba Walker and veteran Tony Parker. However, the trade of Kemba Walker to Boston and the retirement of Parker in 2020 opened up an opportunity for Graham. He seized that opportunity in spectacular fashion, averaging 18.2 points and 7.5 assists per game, numbers that were among the best in the league. With 218 made three-pointers, he ranked 5th in the NBA in that category. For a while, Graham looked like a potential star, even drawing comparisons to Steph Curry for his shooting range. He had a 40-point performance against the Brooklyn Nets and hit a game-winning shot against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Despite this breakout season, Graham's career quickly plateaued. His numbers dropped significantly in 2021, and after being traded to the New Orleans Pelicans, his production continued to decline. Now, only 5 years removed from his breakout season, Graham is no longer on an NBA roster, a surprising turn for a player who once ranked among the top 10 in assists and made threes. Kendrick Nunn, from undrafted to NBA Finals. Kendrick Nunn's story began in the G League, where he was trying to make a name for himself after going undrafted in 2018. His breakthrough came when the Miami Heat signed him for the 2019-2020 season. While Nunn was expected to be a rotational player, he quickly proved his worth, especially in the preseason, where he scored 40 points in a game against the Houston Rockets, the highest point total in a preseason game by a Heat player in 20 years. Nunn went on to have a stellar rookie season, averaging 15.3 points and 3.3 assists per game, which earned him a second-place finish in the Rookie of the Year voting behind Ja Morant. He played significant minutes for a Heat team that made it to the NBA Finals, and his 18-point performance in Game 1 of the Finals was the most points scored by a rookie off the bench in a Finals game in nearly 30 years. However, Nunn's success was short-lived. While his efficiency improved, his numbers steadily decreased. The Heat didn't extend his contract, and Nunn signed with the Los Angeles Lakers. Unfortunately, he missed the entire 2022 season due to a knee injury and, when he returned, was never the same player. The Lakers traded him to Washington, where he spent most of his time in garbage time, before he eventually found success overseas, signing with a Greek team. Davis Bertans, the sharpshooter who couldn't keep it up. Davis Bertans, known for his exceptional three-point shooting, had a solid but unspectacular career with the San Antonio Spurs. However, when Bertans was traded to the Washington Wizards, he showed flashes of brilliance. In 2019, he exploded with a 15.4 points per game average and a 42% shooting percentage from beyond the arc, ranking 6th in the NBA. He even made 200 three-pointers in a season, an impressive feat for a power forward. This hot streak earned Bertans a lucrative $64 million contract extension with Washington. But unfortunately for Bertans, the shooting touch that made him an instant star quickly faded. His efficiency dipped, and his overall production decreased. His lack of defensive ability became more apparent, and the Wizards were left with one of the worst contracts in the NBA. By the 2024 season, Bertans was waived by the Hornets, but he is still getting paid by Charlotte for the 2025 season. Despite his shooting prowess, Bertans' inconsistency led to a sharp decline in his career. Bismack Biyombo, the playoff savior who never lived up to the hype. Bismack Biyombo's breakout moment came in the 2016 playoffs, where he was a key contributor to the Toronto Raptors' deep playoff run. Biyombo excelled in the absence of Jonas Valanciunas, averaging 9.4 rebounds per game in just 25 minutes per contest. His performance helped the Raptors reach the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Off the back of his playoff success, Biyombo signed a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Orlando Magic. However, he was unable to replicate his playoff form in the regular season. He averaged just 5.4 points and 5.4 rebounds over the rest of his career, and was often criticized for his lack of development as a player. Despite the initial promise, Biyombo's contract quickly became one of the worst in the NBA, and after a brief stint with the Phoenix Suns, he found himself back in the league's second tier, eventually playing overseas. Jabari Parker was supposed to be the next NBA superstar. Selected as the second overall pick in the 2014 NBA draft by the Milwaukee Bucks, Parker had it all: size, skill, and an all-around game. In his third season, he averaged 20.1 points and 6.2 rebounds per game, with a shooting efficiency that suggested he was ready to lead the Bucks into the future, alongside Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton. However, Parker's career was derailed by injuries. After tearing his ACL during his rookie season, Parker returned only to tear it again just 2 years later. He never regained his explosiveness, and his production dropped significantly over the following seasons. Despite his early promise, Parker was eventually forced to continue his career overseas, signing with Barcelona, where he continues to play. Eric Paschall, the Warrior who never lived up to expectations. Eric Paschall seemed like a future cornerstone for the Golden State Warriors after his impressive rookie season in 2019. He averaged 14 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game while shooting 50% from the field. Paschall made the All-Rookie First Team and finished 6th in Rookie of the Year voting. But after the return of Warriors stars like Stephen Curry, his production began to decline. Paschall's role shrank with the Warriors' return to full strength, and in 2021, he was traded to the Utah Jazz. His regression continued, and after just one season, he was out of the NBA. Jeremy Lin, the Linsanity era. Jeremy Lin's rise from obscurity to superstardom is one of the most unforgettable moments in NBA history. After going undrafted and bouncing between multiple teams, Lin found his moment with the New York Knicks in 2012. In what became known as Linsanity, he took the league by storm with a string of sensational performances, including 38 points against the Lakers and a game-winning three-pointer against the Toronto Raptors. Lin finished the 2012 season with career-high averages of 14.6 points, 6.2 assists, and 1.6 steals per game. Despite his solid NBA career, Lin was never able to replicate the success he had during the Linsanity period. His popularity exploded during his brief stint with the Knicks, but his career never reached those same heights, and he would later find himself out of the league. Jahlil Okafor, the old-school big man in a modern NBA. Jahlil Okafor was selected third overall in the 2015 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers, and in his rookie season, he averaged 17.5 points and 7 rebounds per game. His post moves were exceptional for a young player, and he looked like he could be a franchise player for the Sixers. However, Okafor's lack of defensive skills and inability to adjust to the modern game, with its emphasis on spacing and the three-pointer, proved to be his downfall. As the NBA evolved into a three-point heavy league, Okafor's post-game became less valuable. After a few disappointing seasons, Okafor bounced around the league and eventually played in China. Though he briefly returned to the NBA on a 10-day contract with the Pacers, his career never reached the potential it once had. Michael Carter-Williams, the Rookie of the Year who never lived up to the hype. Michael Carter-Williams had one of the most impressive rookie debuts in NBA history. In his first game, he posted 22 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, and 9 steals against the Miami Heat, a performance that even had Magic Johnson excited. Carter-Williams went on to win Rookie of the Year, but his inability to shoot the ball effectively was a major flaw. Despite decent career numbers, he never recaptured the success he had in his rookie season and ended up as a journeyman, playing for multiple teams before fading from the NBA 10. Lance Stephenson, the playoff star who became a meme. Lance Stephenson's 2014 season was a career year. He played a major role in the Indiana Pacers' run to the Eastern Conference Finals, averaging 13.8 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 4.6 assists. However, after his breakout year, Stephenson's production dropped significantly. He never again reached those career-high numbers, and he became more famous for his antics on the court than his basketball ability, despite being a key player. For the Pacers, Stevenson's inconsistency and off-court behavior led to him becoming an ongoing meme in the NBA.